Enter.
You wish to see me, my lord?
Yes. Mr. Slope, please.
Pray be seated.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Slope, it has become necessary for me to speak to you on a matter that has been pressing itself on my attention.
Is this a matter connected with myself?
It is so certainly. It certainly is connected with yourself.
Then if I may be allowed to express a wish, my lord, I would prefer no discussion to take place in the presence of a third person.
Don't alarm yourself, Mr. Slope. No discussion is necessary. The bishop merely intends to express his own wishes.
Yes, I merely intend to express my own wishes, and no discussion will be necessary.
We cannot be sure of that. However, I cannot force Mrs. Proudie to leave the room, nor can I refuse to remain here if it is your lordship's wish that I remain.
It is his lordship's wish that I stay, and it is simple necessity that you stay. My lord.
Mr. Slope, it grieves me to find fault with the clergyman, and especially a clergyman in your position.
What have I done amiss, my lord?
What have you done amiss? Do you dare to ask the bishop what you have done amiss? Does not your conscience...
Mrs. Proudie, pray let it be understood once and for all. I will have no words with you.
Ah, sir, but you will have words, just as you have had words with that Signora Neroni. You've disgraced yourself, consorting publicly with a married woman such as that. A woman quite unfit for a clergyman's society.
But she's a clergyman's daughter, and I was introduced to that woman in your drawing room, Mrs. Proudie.
Shamefully you behaved then, and shamefully you have behaved since. I should have insisted on your instant dismissal at that time.
I'm not aware, Mrs. Proudie, that you have the power of dismissal.
I am not to have the privilege of saying who shall and who shall not frequent my own drawing room. I am not to save my children and my servants from having their morals corrupted by improper conduct. I am not to save my own daughters from impurity and contamination. You will see, Mr. Slope. Oh, yes. You will see whether I have the power or not.
My lord, may I ask to hear from your own lips any decision you have come to on this matter?
Well, certainly, Mr. Slope, that is a perfectly reasonable request. My decision is that you had better seek some other preferment. I do not think that you are well suited to your present situation.
And what has been my fault?
Well, you hear what Mrs. Proudie says.
Signora Neroni, abominable and disgraceful. Fie, Mr. Slope, fie.
I shall publish the history of this transaction in the Jupiter, if only to vindicate myself.
Be careful of what you say and do. Clergymen have been unfrocked for less than what you have been guilty
My lord,
of.
if this goes on, I shall be obliged to indict this woman, Mrs. Proudie, for defamation of character.
I think that you had better now retire. It will be better that you leave the palace at the earliest possible opportunity. I will enclose a cheque for any balance that may be due to you.
If you wish to remain in the neighborhood and pledge yourself never again to see that woman, the bishop will mention your name to Mr. Quiverful, who now requires a curate at Puddingdale. There is a stipend of £50 a year.
Puddingdale? May God forgive you, madam, for the manner in which you have treated me. As to the bishop, I pity him. May you both live forever.